Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. We are now live. All right. We are now live. Now I can sleep in peace. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm going to wait. I'm not going to wait. I have a situation already in my. This. What has happened is I was looking for uh, this to line up, and I should have caught it here as price was coming up into the fair value gap here. So it didn't hit my alarm just yet. It didn't hit my alarm. I was looking for this action here. We'll see what happens. Let me see if I can look at the YouTube chat. Um, there we go. That's what I wanted to see. Okay. I'm going to wish you all a good morning, first of all, and we'll turn that volume down. Okay. May profits be. Let me get this good morning in. All right. And let me get this in over here. I got some chats to deal with, so uh please please extend me a little patience while I try and give greetings and whatnots. Hey, there's somebody in the house. Der Derm Revival. Derm Revival Ministry. Good morning. All right. Now I can. I don't have to be distracted by the by YouTube. I can close this, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, I did. Okay. Very good. Let's see if we can get a good morning in. May profits be upon you. Good. All right. I'm just right now. I'm just announcing where I am. This is a little troubling because the setup was here where the my alarm was. This was the setup. So I have experienced a near miss for myself. Oh, but this was the setup here, and it should have been here. If you can, if the setup was here, uh, and I didn't put my trade on. But for those that are watching, this was the setup, and I don't think it's going to go. I'm tempering my expectations with this. Where do I think it goes? 3R. All right. I like 5R trades, but I'm looking to where uh, price could end up over here. Hey, Bill Porter, what's going on? May profits be upon you. Hey, good morning, Gold Rush. Good morning. But this was the setup here. All right. I'm not in this trade, just to let you know. I'm not in this trade. Uh, uh, it's 7:56 EST, but this was the setup. I was watching it come up, and I was trying to get everything prepared for uh, this 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 live stream. And hey, Sarah, We're shaking bacon. Uh, the only one I would know out of our group, out of the team, that would be on this uh, S&P trade early this morning would be Leslie. She's not in the house as of yet, but uh, I think this was an easy setup. And I just want to go over it real quick. I mean, not even really go over it. Just to show you, there is this is the 4 hour, and what do we have? What do we have? I have a POI up here. All right, a point of interest or area of interest. Some people would call it area of value. All right, there is a supply zone here. Okay, and you can see that price is very bearish. This is a very bearish leg. All right, we broke a really good swing low here. All right. Matter of fact, if we can just go to the daily, I'll do this. I'll do this quickly. Uh, just on the S&P. I'm going to be looking at this later for sure. All right, but the S&P is here. This the swing low is here, swing high. All right, and we're just looking at price making lower lows and lower highs, and the swing points are uh, the most important. All right, price pulls back up into this bearish leg to what we call premium, and this is discount. I don't want to keep repeating this, but if we're in premium price, we're talking about this leg of structure. All right, we're talking about the trading range. All right, premium is where you want to take shorts, and discount is where you want to take your longs. All right, this line is the 50% or halfway mark, what I call equilibrium. Sometimes I call it short for good morning, Tongo, Sin Tongo. Uh, if price goes into premium, uh, it's a great place to look for the short. The reason being is this is a trading range, right? And in a downtrend, the swing points are the lows are your weak points, right? The reason why they're weak is because they don't take out the highs. And if there are weak points in your structure, they will be targeted for liquidity, right? So price fails to make a new high and then takes out the low, right? That is the liquidity sweep. All right, the sweep of liquidity. All right, and for those that don't know, the liquidity is stop losses. People took longs here, all right, in hopes that they would see profits as price rises. But what market makers will do is come back and take them out of the trade and sweep that stop loss for liquidity, take them out of the trade and continue down. And that's the nature of a downtrend. All right, the downtrend, you're going to see the lows being targeted for liquidity. All right, so when I talk about this trading range, the 50% equilibrium, all right, of the trading range. And when price breaks that high to come into that premium price, the premium price of this trading range, you got to ask yourself why. Why did price turn higher? Why did price turn bullish here? All right, you have to think that the higher time frame is setting the targets, the structural targets for the lower time frames. And what is the next structural target to expect after a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, a lower high? What would you expect next? A lower low, right? Correct. All right, and and that brings us to this point. Why is price turning bullish here? To do what? To make a lower high. That's the goal. For 4 hour turn, the 4 hour will turn bullish. All right, the 4 hour is bullish, but the daily and the weekly, the higher time frames are bearish. You're going to ask, why is the 4 hour turning bullish? Well, to make a lower high. Does that make sense? And then we see what happens afterwards. Price comes to target that swing low for liquidity and to make the what? The next structural point. Does that make sense to you? I hope it does. Good afternoon, Sarah. Um, Good to see you all in the house. I appreciate the eyes on, and do not forget to smash the like button when I give a good explanation. You can't take it back. You can take the like back if I don't give a good explanation. But yeah, I appreciate you guys dropping comments uh, and asking questions, giving feedback. All right, that's what the chats are for, and they also help the YouTube algorithm and help to grow my channel. Okay, so that's the explanation of that, how the structure works. All right, and if price is moving up, I'm always thinking, are we getting ready to make a lower high? So, in with the S&P and to a large extent the Dow and the Nasdaq, I'm looking at price come down here, make this lower low, right? We broke this swing structure here, all right, and we pull up, all right, breaking structure to the upside, and then we take out that swing low. Then what do we do here? We make a higher high, a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, right? So what is price doing? What are we going? I think we're going here. I think we're going to mitigate that supply and then quite possibly turn around and target this low. All right. That's my directional bias. All right, Bill, do your thing with Think or Swim, man. It's smart. You're going about it in a smart way. Um, uh, Going, paper trading, so you can learn your strategy because that's the uh. Hey, what's going on, Kasim? Uh, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. You are. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. You already got me. All right. Um, I am doing great, man. Thank you very much for asking. Uh, uh, he asked, how am I feeling? How am I doing today? And I want you to see that that we have some bullish internal structure. All right, we have some bullish internal structure going on here. All right, and internal meaning we're within the trading range. Just keep that in mind. All right, we broke this leg here with internal structure, and then price took out that low. All right, so we're in this trading range. We're in this trading range right now. All right, the lower high and the lower low will give you the high and low of your current trading range. All right, and we are bullish. You see these dotted lines? That's we're breaking internal structure to the upside. So the internal structure is bullish, while the higher time frame is bearish. All right, so you want to go with order flow. It's hard to it's not a good idea to trade against order flow. All right, and that's what internal structure does. Good morning. All right, so I'm just giving a quick answer to my chats. So we're going to take a closer look at this specs because the U.S. session, or otherwise known as the New York session, has started 6 minutes in, right? And this, I'm sorry to say, I didn't get on here fast enough to give you this setup, but I want you to see this setup. you can see, oh, let me see. Let me get a bigger pen. All right. And we don't need the arrow on the top there, do we? No, we don't. Let me see. Come on, man. Oh, man. Mango. Shouldn't be that hard. Somebody's asking me a question. Hold on a second. Boom. Okay. So what I want to show you is, you see how price comes up here? Boom, boom, boom. Right? It comes, makes a higher high, and then goes into the uh, sideways price action. All right. You don't want to get mixed up in this. All right. Because that you get chopped up in that. All right. What you want to see when price goes into an accumulation like this, moving sideways, you want to see price break out either direction. All right, with what I call a displacement. All right, a displacing leg of structure. But this, you don't want to get involved in. You don't want to get involved in a trade in the middle of this. If you're going to get involved, you want to stay on the edges, the tops, take trades from the top of the range, sells, or take trades from the bottom, take buys up, all right, to the other side of the range. And you don't, have uh, TPs. You don't want to take profit, you know, after, beyond the range. You want to just take it to the other side, from a sell from the top to the bottom, and a buy from the bottom to the top. You don't want to anticipate the breakout because you don't know where it's going to break out. All right. Now, uh, with that being said, um, price finally does give a displacing leg of structure. All right, it breaks the bottom of the range, reacts to this demand. Right. So what do I do? All right, my entry model is this: a high, and for this particular case, it's for a sell, high, a pullback, a higher high, a break of that pullback low here, and then a return to impulse. Somewhere in this leg of structure, right? Beyond this point and beyond, there's going to be a supply zone. All right. And price will make it up to it and fall. This is my model. This is my entry model, and I do the exact opposite for buy situations. I'm looking for the exact same thing. All right. I'm looking for a a low. All right. Say price comes in. All right. I'm looking for a low, a lower low, breaking that low. All right. And then a push higher. This is what I'm looking for. Right. A break, a market structure break, and then a pullback into this leg of structure. And then we'll take it off. That's it. That's it. I made that look a little more complicated than it actually was. You look for a low, a break of that low, a push higher, and then a pullback, a return to impulse, and take it up. That's for buys. All right. What do we see here? A high, a pullback, a higher high, a break below the lows, a pullback into this leg of structure, right? And then a displacing uh, uh, push to the downside. But here's the deal, all right? I don't like this. This becomes subjective because some people are going to say this is a nice head and shoulders. That's cool, but the way I see this, if I can get something to write with, this isn't a convincing break of structure for me. I need to see a break and close below that line, below these lows. I need to see a break of structure. Why does it keep giving me that thing? All right. I want to see a break of structure. This is my break of structure, not this. This is a nice head and shoulders because there is an even and symmetrical neckline. But this is the break that I'm looking for, that break. Now, what am I waiting for? As soon as it breaks these lows, as soon as it breaks these lows, I'm marking my supply zone here for price to come back to and pop down. Okay, we'll talk about what's up. Who's that? T. Hey, what's going on, T? You see it, Bill? All right, all right. Uh, so price is reacting right now to this this demand zone. All right, we have a reaction to that demand zone, and considering what time it is, oh, I got this thing in the way. Cons- that's my pointer, right? Considering what time it is, this is like perfect. You see how it comes here. This is how you mark your zones. All right, the proper way to mark the zones, and I said proper because ICT is the one who who taught this. All right, and the way he teaches, it says you mark it from the buying up before the aggressive selling. All right. And this isn't just based on, hey, there's a bearish engulfer there. I'm going to put my stop loss, I'm going to put my demand of my supply zone there. No, there's a buy up. There's a buy up before the aggressive selling off. All right. This is how market makers move. They go into buys, bring the price up, right? And then the aggressive sell off. And they come back for the mitigation to mitigate out of the buys that they're in so that they can just collect on their sells. This is a selling block, all right? A selling block of orders, all right? And uh, they come on and pick up sell orders and they mitigate out of their buys. This is a this is the way it works. So price is descending. I believe it takes that low, and I do believe we're going to break these lows. So so far, uh, this would have been a good trade if you would have gotten in. If I was here earlier, if I was here earlier, we would all been riding this. But we will look for other opportunities because I like to look for opportunities with the S&P after New York Stock Exchange open. I want to also point something out with the analysis. There is, you, I'm going to get rid of this because we don't need it because I'm live. So there are equal highs here, right? And I want that marked. This is a liquidity point. All right. Some people are going to read this, with traditional strategies. They're going to read this as a triple top. Okay. And they'll draw a trend line here and they're going to say you should be looking for sales here. I'm thinking we might see a pop here because there's a demand zone here. I believe we might see a pop here to the upside. Why? Because the equal highs here, the relative equal highs here, 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 and here, there are stop losses up here for people who took shorts. And here's their stop losses, a bunch of them. And market makers, I can see easily coming up here to sweep those equal highs, sweep the liquidity, fill in this fair value gap, this imbalance, all right, because the market doesn't like to leave imbalances. Hey, Trader X, you don't have to be sorry you're late. I'm just glad you showed up, man. Uh, yeah, so uh, I'm looking for the mitigation of this zone. This is an unmitigated zone, meaning it's untested. So I believe it's going to be a draw on price, and this liquidity. There's liquidity going into the zone, and liquidity to target after, because all of this sell side liquidity every point here has people's stop losses beyond it because people took longs here. All right. And this is the way it works. All right. The market makers will sweep this liquidity. Market makers will the whole. That's the way this works. The market moves on liquidity. All right, taking stop losses, exchanging the transfer of strong hands to weak hands. All right, you uh, nobody market makers can't take sells here without buyers. Right, there has to be buyers here. For every buy, there has to be a sell. For every sell, there has to be a buy. You understand? And uh, that's the way the market moves. All right, and the institutions are who I want to follow. And I know that there's some selling going on here. I know that there's some institutional selling going on here. You see that big move here? We can't do that. Retail traders, and I'm a retail trader just like you are. You can't from move make a candle like that. No, no, that takes way more money you know than we could muster without a little 50 $500 accounts or $50,000 accounts. We don't even show up as a blip. All right, but we can follow institutions. That's why we mark out order blocks, because this is institutional stuff, and this is where they have their orders. If they're bringing price back up here to mitigate our orders, we want to be there with it. We want to take that trade up there and then down, the buy to sell. We want to follow the footsteps of the big institutional investors. All right, that's smart money. All right, untested, just learn something. Yeah, I'm here for you, Bill. I'm here for you, man. Uh, Not a lot of. I'm looking on TradingView, and I don't. I need the word to get out. Uh, you guys, Gold Rush and Cent. Was it Centongo? Centongo. I'm looking for some more participants over there. In either case, let's take a look at Euro USD. All right. Now, I'm late with all my explanations, whatnot. I'm late analyzing this market, but we're going to see what we can see. Okay. Now, these are my notes from yesterday. They don't really apply anymore, but I will. I'll make my edits some other time. All right. Let's look at the daily. All right. If you want to screenshot it or something, you can. Uh, so what do we have here? Boom. We have the the swing points being broken again, like I was pointing out earlier. Glad you just joined us. Sarah, you're starting already. Okay. We have a nice displacing a piece of structure here, right? We have the pullback into where? What did I just finish telling you guys? Premium, discount, above the 50% of the range, right? And why would price go into that premium if it's in a downtrend? Let's get rid of this. This is distracting me. Let me see. Hide. Thank you. Hey, what's up, G? We're going. We're going in. Um, yeah. Why would price come up into this premium section? Why? Let me see something here. All right. Let's do this. I'm looking for an answer to that question. Why would price pull up into that premium section? Hi, thank you. The premium pricing. All right. What did I just do? Okay. All right. The reason is to make a lower high. That's why it would pull up. All right. This is a downtrend on the daily. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Here's the lower high in uh this bearish leg of structure. All right. This is a perfect place to look for a lower high. It made that lower high, and we got some bullish price action going on right now. This pullback is interesting. All right. One of the things you want to examine is you want to ask yourself, is the pullback over? When do we know that pullback is over? The way we know that pullback is over is when, oh man, I don't like this. I don't like squiggly lines like that. All right, let's do it this way. We know that that leg, that pullback is over when price breaks internal structure. All right, so as soon as price does pulls back and you're thinking, okay, we're going to make that lower high, we're going to make that lower high. That looks like the lower high. How do I know it's the lower high? When it breaks structure to the downside. As soon as it breaks structure to the downside, some market structure, that's when you have you're closest to a confirmation that the pullback is over. All right. And that's what happened here. All right. Some people call that a change of character. Yeah, you can do that. You can call it that. But we just want to see a break of market structure to signal that this pullback is over and that we can. It's expected that this low is the next thing to go. All right. Now, in this case, price kind of pulled a detour, right? But do we expect this high to be taken? No, no, I don't. I expect price to diddle, all right, to dither, or if you will. But I believe the I'm expecting the high to hold uh, while price finds its way, and then we'll see eventually a pull down, a resumption of the bearish trend. All right, we're going from premium. This is what this red line is. That is the 50% line of the trading range. We're going from premium to discount. Now price did so and then came back. All right, but after every break of structure, you got to expect a pullback, right? A pullback of some kind and a show of respect to the high, and then a resumption of the trend. So that's what I'm expecting here. I'm expecting price to find its find a resistance, if you will. Maybe we find it's responding to the supply here. These are sell to buy to sell wicks, but on the lower time frame, this is definitely a zone of supply. All right. But and these wicks mean a lot. If you don't know, these are the extremes of the supply and demand zones, the extreme of those zones. Okay. So I'm looking to see if price comes back down here. So that is the daily look. I want to go through this quickly. I'm doing too much lecturing, and I know some of you are looking for hot situations, hot some current setups. All right. So on the 4 hour, we are responding to this supply zone here, as I drew out, and price is looking pretty bearish. Good morning, Brandon. All right, and uh, I want to uh, see if price turns over here. Now we have news today. I want to make sure we check out what the news lineup is. I want to make sure we check this out. Uh, Today, all right. So we have Aussie news. The the Royal Bank. Oh, come on, man. The Royal Bank of uh, Australia is doing its doing a whole bunch of figurines, and we have a CPI indicator going on too. This is Aussie Day, isn't it? We got CPI data coming out, so we'll see how this may affect their interest rate decision uh, that they have coming up. If it's I don't know, but that's all the hot red folder items for today. It's all Aussie. All right, so that's the news. So I want to see how this thing is reacting. We'll go to the 15. All right, I want to take a quick peek how we did during the Asia session. All right, this maps out the Asia session. Okay, so the Asia session lows have been taken by London, but the highs remain. We could see a sweep of those highs because that's the way it works sometimes, more oftentimes during the week than not, of course. And I'm going to look to see if these highs from Sunday, which are relative equal highs, I'm going to be looking for that uh, price to be drawn to these relative equal highs to sweep for liquidity. Let me see what we got here. Help me, help me. There you go. All right. So this is the London session, and we've already actually hold on. Yeah. So we have the London session and New York overlap. All right, or U.S. session overlap. So I am looking at price having a little problem making a new low. All right. What is it responding to? This demand zone here. Okay. So uh, there's no break and close to the downside. So I'm gonna keep that under watch. So we're trying to see if price is going to sit up. This is a um, a consolidative range. I don't want to get involved while prices in this consolidative range for the reasons I gave earlier. Okay, the you want to wait until you see a displacement, a nice move away from this consolidation. But what I like here is what may be unfolding on the lower time frames. We may see a push to the high to these highs, and we might see the setup happening over here. All right, so we have a sweep with this candlestick here. This was a liquidity grab, trading into this fair value gap. So I'm going to go down to the 5 minute. And I'm going to take a look. Yeah, this looks like it may be setting up. All right. We see. I'm going to mark the change of character here. All right. Well, how you mark the change of character? It's the first candle that is not part of this down move, and that would be marked here. All right. What am I talking about? The down move. You want to see. Uh-oh. No, no, no. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. This is where I would mark it for me. It could be a little subjective, but the idea is each candle should in this down move, each candle should break the low of the previous candle. And this one is the first one that doesn't. This one. So you mark it here. And when price pulls up past that mark, then you're down here. And I think I am a little late to the party because I was doing too much talking. All right. You want to mark down here as soon as the price breaks this plane. I don't care if it's with a wick or a break and close of a candle body. All right. As soon as it breaks this, you're down here marking where that demand, where price could return to and reverse from or bounce from. All right. And this would be the place. And uh, this is a your chalk or change of character is your first indication, your early warning sign that the market is shifting from bearish momentum to bullish momentum. All right. But your break of structure, actual structure, is more of a confirmation that there was a shift in the market. I hope you can understand the differences. One is an early warning sign, and the other one is more of a confirmation. I'm not looking to do that. All right. So what I would tell you is, in this situation here, there is a chance that price wants to come back here. All right, because usually when there's a break of structure, like I'd be waiting for a high to be broken, uh, something significant, and then a pullback for a confirmation entry. Uh, and I would be looking at whatever's forming here. Now, price is already traded back into this zone, right? And when price is already traded back into the base candle of a bullish engulfer pattern, all right, or the bearish candle, and price is already traded back into the range of the candle, it's less likely to hold. Doesn't mean it won't, but it's tested already, if you understand that. All right. So I'm looking, I would be looking here first for price to give me an entry. All right. But taking a change of character entry is very, for my money, it's an aggressive approach. All right. Because again, it's an early warning sign. It's not a confirmation. If price were to break this high, or break these highs, come up, if price comes down and then does this, right, and then comes back, I'm taking this entry with happily from here. I'm taking it happily from there. But with a change of character entry, I know guys that do it all day long. This is more aggressive to me without confirmations. So, you have a choice. You can take this entry now, like so. All right. I'm not here to offer financial advice. All right. You can take this trade right now, for like so, because I'm not an expert financial advisor. All right. So, you know, I'm just a guy trying to show you how to trade Forex. Okay. This would be a decent entry for those that want a more aggressive approach. All right. Do I think the chances on this are pretty good? Sure, sure they are. But uh, again, this is an aggressive entry. It doesn't give me the confirmation I need. So what I would be waiting for personally is for a more significant break of structure to the upside before I think to take buys. Now, the question is, should we be looking for buys in euro? Should we be looking for buys? Let's make sure we understand how structure is. All right. Again, sorry. Again, I told you that the higher time frame is bearish. We're in a bearish leg of structure. We're still in we're still in this daily and 4 hour swing structure here, right? We pulled up and now we're internal. We're inside this trading range. So we're still bearish with the higher time frame. All right. However, all right, we broke structure to the downside, and that says, hey, we are bearish, right? We're bearish within this corrective leg. We are bearish. All right. But then price turns up with another break of structure to the upside. All right. This is like this smaller internal structure, but it did turn bullish. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, right? What we want to bear in mind is, yes, uh, we have bullish internal structure. Hey, hey, uh, is it Schletlik? I really appreciate that, man. Sheplik just donated some 100 coins, and I really appreciate that. You are my first coin donator. I mean, I really appreciate it, man. Thank you very much, Sheplik. It's an interesting name too. I tell you what, man, that's good stuff. Hey, Brandon, I said hi to you earlier, didn't I? Okay, so uh, thank you again, Sheplik. So what I'm looking at here is it's permissible in a bearish environment to take buys if the order flow is bullish. All right, but don't swing for the fences. Don't think that you're going to get in here and take this high out and stuff. I wouldn't be aiming for that. You go to the next opposing zone, depending on what time frame you're entering in. But you're going against the trend, so those are have a lower probability trades. You understand that? If you're going to take a buy in a bearish trend, you want to you don't want to swing for the fences. You want to temper those aspirations. You want to temper your expectations. Okay, so it's permissible to look for buys. Okay, but just understand that you're going against the higher time frame trend. So I'm going to go down. I'm going to take a look on the 1 hour just to give you a view. All right. Prices tapping here, tapping here, tapping here. I think we are going to take these highs out. All right. For a deeper pullback. That could make sense because we're so close to it. All right. Otherwise, this becomes a failed attempt to make a higher high. All right. And, and if that's the case, we did break a little bit of, sorry, we did break some microstructure here. We did break microstructure to the downside. So a pullback seems to be within a reasonable expectation. All right, a return to impulse, if you will, if you're keeping up. Okay, so if price, let me get something to write with. All right, if price sweeps these highs and mitigates this supply, and then comes back, we want to watch the reaction when it gets here. If I'm taking a buy from down here, this is where I want to take my TP. You understand? That's what I mean by tempering your expectations. You want to take a little piece, but there's a high probability that price could reject here and then continue down and take these and head down to take these lows and whatnot. All right, there is a draw. Again, there's a draw up here, but if price doesn't have to take liquidity when we want it to or when we expect it to, right? So, uh, you know, just bear that in mind. Buys are permitted, but just know that they aren't the highest probability trades. The highest probability trades are pro trend trades, and those are trades with the trend. All right, so I marked out that supply up here, and price could very well come up here and tap it. After this consolidative range, we can come up here and tap this. And we'll see what's going on. But you see what price is done here. So I'm going to go back down to the 5 minute. Let's see. And price is now at that demand zone. All right. And we're going to see this looks like it wants to have a deeper penetration. We have liquidity to come and get. Price did not sweep all of that already. So, uh, you know, it doesn't mean it will, but it looks because the liquidity is so close to where current price action is. You got to think, hey, this is the range. What I'm thinking is this is the range, and um, price is coming back close to the uh, to the bottom of that range where you want to get in on buys. All right. So if price does sweep, this may be a higher probability trade than taking it from here. And uh, but this is the kind of price action that I like to avoid. I want clarity. This is a choppy area. All right. Price has come back. Price has had a change of character here and pulled back into this demand zone, reacted. This is not a bad spot to be looking for a long position. It's not a bad spot. Uh, uh, I, I, I don't think that's a bad spot at all. And we could very well see a nice 15 pip. For me, it doesn't have the range. I need to see 15 and better, not right at 15. All right. But there is possibilities for price to go higher. I want to see. I want to see this. I want to see this breakout of this. I want to see this consolidation be broken. Hey, what's going on there, Leslie? Eunice, what's going on, man? Good morning. And but this is in the middle of a range. I'm warning you. This is in the middle of a range here, but we did have a break of structure, a pullback respecting that demand zone, and this could very well go ahead to the top. I'm letting you know that. So if you guys, if somebody takes that trade, you know, I think for me it's a little aggressive. Uh, it's too aggressive for me, but Eunice, I hear you, Eunice. Eunice is all over this. I think this is a change of character entry that could work for sure. And again, we have the draw on price up here for the for liquidity, and price could very well go to the top here and do its thing. Now, one thing you want to do, and I didn't do this while I take a sip of something to drink. Hey, who's saying hi there? Watch. Is it khaki or just cake? Kake. I'm watching you, Watchy. Watch cake. All right. I'm watching you. Hi. Some people have the most interesting names, man. I'll tell you what. Uh, I want you to, before you take a major, just tuning in, Samuel, welcome. All right. Um, some people have, some people don't know that the euro, the Aussie, the Aussie dollar, the euro dollar, the pound dollar, and New Zealand dollar, USD CAD, and USD Japanese yen, and USD Swiss. I want you to always reference. All right, check out the Dixie before you do anything. Check out the US dollar index before you do anything, and make sure it's kind of like cooperating. All right, because if the Dixie is strong, you don't want to take buys in euro, US dollar, pound, US dollar, or NZD, US dollar, or AUD, US dollar. You don't want to take buys if the US dollar is strong, because that's going to drag price down. You understand? So this is not my name. My family, Akel. Akel. Okay. Okay. Akel. Good. Good. Oh, I see it. I see it. Watch K Akel. Okay. I got you. I got you, man. All right. So I'm gonna call you K then. if that's okay. 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 Look at this. Now the Dixie is weak. So that you see how it's weakening. It's weakening. You see how it's weakening right now and moving to the downside, likely to sweep these lows. This is on the 5 minute. Then you go right back to Euro USD and you say, "Yep, that buy is should work." And we should be able to take these highs out. And if you don't know, the Euro US dollar is the exact opposite. The inverse of the U.S. dollar index. So and you have to it's good to share, put them on the same screen, to take peeks at it and stuff. Let me see. Let's do it like this. All right, and these are dark colors. Let me see if I can get these colors a little brighter. Boom and boom. Just a little brighter, because I don't want anybody straining to see anything I'm putting up. All right. So what do we have here? Uh, what I want you to watch out for is SMT divergences, meaning if the uh, if the U.S. dollar is making lower lows, this should be making a higher low, right? And you can see it was making lower lows, it's making higher lows. It's when the U.S. dollar is not making lower lows, is making lows, when it's making lower lows, and this is making also a lower low. That's when you have what they call a SMT divergence, or smart money theory, that smart money technique divergence. That's when you know that smart money has stepped in and is messing about, all right, and getting ready to throw you off. All right, so getting ready to put money in here. So if the U.S. dollar is uh, making lower lows and the euro is making a lower low, you got to know that you better be your money needs to be in uh, uh, you know uh, be be put on the table. You want to take in what is the bias of the U.S. dollar before you enter. You see that there's a divergence, and you want to make sure you're going with that bias. You understand? In this case, it's going high because the U.S. dollar is weak. But if the euro is making a lower low here, and this is making a a a, a, a lower low, a lower high. Excuse me. It's making lower highs, and uh, what's the name is going in the same direction. You got to know that you should be looking for buys. Okay, you should be looking for buy setups. All right. I hope I explained that right, because I was all kind of confused with myself. But because that's because I'm watching this try and pull away. Okay, and it's probably going to take these highs out, and come up and quite possibly seek out those earlier ones. I'm going to check out GU. I will check out GU. Maybe some political speech that is influencing it. I will check it out. All right. And uh, Eunice, if you're in this trade, if any of you outside of Eunice is the one that told me that he was in the trade. If anybody is in this trade to taking along, uh, you got to let me know how you're doing. Now, what I'd like to see, not nothing against anybody's trade or whatever, but for me to enter long here, all right, as the U.S. dollar is weakened for the short term. What I need to see, if I can find something to write with, what I would like to see is this um, uh, the relative equal lows being taken out, and then price shooting up. All right, I would like to take this long here, as long as it you see what it's doing, right? I'm looking for this. If he comes back here with a wick down, takes out these lows to sweep liquidity, I'm looking for that. It's still aggressive. It's still aggressive, but uh, I think this is a better and safer entry for me because I'm a safe guy. I like to be safe even when I'm aggressive. This is an aggressive entry. I would like to see it break these highs though. This is what I would like to see it break these highs and then come back. That would make it a higher probability trade in my view. All right, we've only you see how we only uh, attacked the top of this demand zone. All right. The real nooks and crannies are in the middle of every zone, the median threshold. All right. The median threshold. So I'm looking for a price to quite possibly sweep these lows, mitigate the middle of the zone, and then pop up and sweep those highs. So we still have some climbing to do. I would like to see that broken. I said broke, like it doesn't have any money. So I'd like to see that broken, and we'll see if price will come back to it. I'm going to put an alert here, which is my practice, because sometimes I forget to put an alert and I miss opportunities. All right, so I'm going to say, boom. When price gets down here, I'm going to adjust this. If it comes down here, I want forewarning, so we have time to act. If it breaks those highs and comes back, okay. So I'm going to take a look, guys. I'm going to have to check the plumbing in a second. I got to go ahead and check the plumbing. Sliplet sent you. I love this message, and I'm going to put it out. I'm going to put it out here. If I can move this over, can I move it? Yes, I can. All right. Can I get a little? Thank you. Oh, I didn't mean to do all of that. Uh, say thanks. I'm going to say thank you. Thank you, Schleplik. You are my first to coin me. I really appreciate that, Schleplik. Drinking your coffee. All right. All right. Let's see if we can get that back. All right. Okay. So if Mohammed, holla at me, man. Hey guys, I appreciate that, Leslie. I really appreciate that. If you guys haven't done so yet, do smash the like button. Do smash the like button. If you're in this buy here, you're doing pretty good. You're doing pretty good. Pretty good. Let's see what it does around this area here. Because there is a uh, supply zone here. You're going to hear me mention some stuff about zones, supply, demand, and all that good stuff. But there are flip zones where supply becomes demand and demand becomes supply. And those zones are very powerful because I use them for entries. Uh, but when I run across the situation, I will let you know. It's one of the areas that I use. One of the criterias that I use for validating zones of supply and demand. And is it part of a flip? Is it a flip zone? That's one of my questions that I ask myself. So uh, price is going to continue up. We have a zone here, and we'll see if price is reacting to it, but we'll see if it turns around. The fact that it's turning around after a mitigation, it's not a higher time frame zone. So I'm looking for price to possibly turn from here to down here. We'll see. We'll see. We're doing this live, folks. So I want to see if that happens. All right. Price only turns and pivots on supply and demand zones. All right. Even when it fills in a fair value gap. All right. An imbalance. It's still there's supply or demand inside of that candle imbalanced candle. All right. You just have to go on the lower time frames to see it. But yeah, I'm looking for the reason that what would cause price to come down and pop up. And I'm looking at this zone here, and we already had a reaction from it. So there's a good chance not a, there's a good chance that price takes this zone out and heads higher. There's another zone here that price is reacted to here, here, here. So I'm going to keep an eye on this. Prices where this not the current candle, but the previous candle has already swept the highs of the candles prior to it, and it's mitigating this zone. So I'm still watching to see if this zone holds for at least the pullback, and then we can go up higher. So we'll see. We'll see. Listen, I know I don't have, I know I don't have any music to going on in the background and stuff because if somebody can tell me, I don't think they allow on TradingView. I don't think they allow the playing of music because I don't see guys when they post their videos and their live streams. They don't play music, and I'm wondering if that's against the rules. So I'm just doing what I see others do. So I'm using this platform to also simulcast with the YouTube channel. So I want to be in compliance. I don't want to travel outside of that. All right. Let's see. I got a couple of messages. I got some followers. All right. All right. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. All right. Welcome aboard, man. Uh, so price is going to, looks like it wants to break that high. We're going to the middle of this zone now. So if you're not in the buy, look at that. All right. So this the price did react to this zone. Right. And this is the reaction. So this is one of the areas that I wanted to make sure I did cover. This is you have a possible flip here. All right. See how this is the way I do it. Price I look for the reaction to the zones. All right. Like this one. This one came first. All right. There's a zone of supply here. All right, with the inside candle there. All right. Price comes up to the zone. Reacts to it. Oh, that's what's throwing me off here. These I don't have the right color for my demand zone. I like to distinguish them so people don't have trouble discerning what I'm talking about. All right, so price comes up to the supply, reacts to it, and then pulls through it. All right, this in this scenario makes this a higher probability zone. It's more likely to hold than have price just crash through it. So if price comes back, see you see where it went, right? We got a break and a close. We come up here. It's probably going all the way up to the top here. This was a great trade. Eunice, you're done? Ha ha! No, no, no. I'm reading the wrong thing. You didn't, Eunice. If you're still here, man, let me know if you're still in this trade, because if you are, you should be still holding. All right. So, um, uh, you see how it tapped? See how it tapped up here? All right. So, this is creating. It depends on the price returns to the bottom of this range. Understand, we're still in this range, right? And we came to the top. Is this a good place to take a short? It's aggressive. All right. I'm not looking to play the range myself, but somebody can. No, I am about after the break of the highs. Oh, you are out after the break of the highs. All right. Which highs you talking about though? Talking about these, or those relative equal highs that I pointed out earlier? Because it might be worth holding until you get up there. Equal highs. Yeah, this is a good move. This is a good move. But I was waiting. Congratulations. I was waiting for price to give me a confirmation entry to do exactly that. This chalk entries are something that, like I've been discussing with my team, or something I want to do more of, because I have a safer approach, right? We may get that pullback, but and this would be the zone that I would be looking at for the pullback, and then up. So we'll see. We'll see. This candle has to close first, and there's plenty of time on this candle. All right, it could go all the way up and take those highs out, and that'll be fine with me. But I would love to catch this train. I would love to catch this train. But I like this flip zone here because we had a good reaction. This is the what do you call it? The extreme of the reaction, and it formed a good demand zone, and price pushed nice. Now look, just so that you're clear on how this works, because I like to explain. All right. All right. Now, what you want is you want to find where price respects a zone of supply, right? And you say to yourself, uh, 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 we're in a downtrend, right? Price came up to the supply, and normally you would say, oh, well, I'm going to take my trade here. I want to take a short. Ah, I want to take a short. I want to take my short here if I can just get it. That'd be nice. I still didn't get it. What is the problem? All right. You take a short here, but price doesn't go all the way down. Why? Why is that? You got to understand that the trend is your friend until the end of that trend, right? And so when price reacts, all right, to a zone, you say, when price reacts to a zone, you're watching that reaction, because when price comes back and punches through it, like it did here, right? When price punches through it, there's a demand zone left behind for price to come to, and you take your a high probability trade to the upside. Because what this is signaling, after price crashes through it, it's an internal break of structure. That means this down move is over. So when price is coming back, as soon as price breaks this high, you're already marking this demand zone for a high probability trade to the other side, to the new direction. All right. So I hope everybody gets the idea of gets the concept of a flip zone. It's powerful, powerful. A lot of times, uh, when price is trending and it looks like it's getting ready to run into a 4 hour zone or something like that, a higher time frame zone down here. I'm not looking to take shorts into that. I'm looking for price to turn around, right? And I'm looking for the why okay, and I'm looking for like in this case, if we can get a little closer to it. In this case, I'm looking for how price came into this accumulation. We swept the lows. You got to expect those lows to get swept and the highs to get swept. You're looking to see which direction price is going to take, of course, and uh, price gives you a pull up, a break of structure. All right, this is a change of character in this case. All right, but it's still market structure. It's just microstructure, but it still counts, and pulls it out pulls out, gives you the demand zone down here, forms a demand zone, and breaks that supply zone. You got to think when price comes back here, this is going to hold because it broke structure. That is one of the criteria for a valid zone. It broke structure to the upside here and here. It's violating supply. There are supply zones here that this demand zone violated. That makes it strong. Do you understand? That gives you a higher probability of success if you're taking buys from here. All right. So if this candle takes this high, then we're going for a higher mitigation. But I'm thinking that this zone that it's reacting to, this supply zone, has a chance of holding because it's losing a little bit of momentum here with that bearish candle. But this bearish candle doesn't say it's coming down. All right, that bearish candle looks like the presence of sellers is here, but they're not in a winning fight as yet, right? So we're coming up to here. I'm going to refine this zone to here. Why? Because this is the buy up before the sell off. This isn't the most aggressive sell off in the world either, but there is a buy up before the sell off, and I want to see what price does up here. Honestly, let me mark this right now. There is fair value and all that good stuff here. I like this zone. This looks like the entry model here, right? High, pullback, higher high, a break of the low, and a pullback with respect to the high. All right, a pullback into supply zone, and price came down from here. And there is a fair value gap that you can see right here. There's an imbalance that has not been traded into yet. So I'm thinking price may find rejection there. So I'm going to mark them both and I'm going to see what we get. That's the way this works. Look, we're heading up. We're heading up. This isn't the highest quality supply. All right. When I look for supply, when I look for supply, I want to see a aggressive sell off. What am I doing with this? I want to see an aggressive sell off. This is like, so I don't have high confidence in this zone to hold. This looks like it should be uh, inducement for traders to take shorts early, only to have market makers come back and take them out, take out their stop losses and mitigate the higher zone. This zone looks much better to me. So this one is done. Didn't have a lot of confidence in it in the first place. So I do have some confidence in this zone for a pullback. But what are we cognizant of? We're cognizant of these relative equal highs here. So I'm looking for this to hold for the short term, only for the short term. I'm looking for it to hold for a pullback, a possible pullback, and then up. If it does hold, it may give the entry model right here. All right. What is the entry model? That's it. Boom. All right. So we'll see. If it doesn't hold, we take out the highs and mission accomplished. And I'm gonna. I didn't get my confirmation entry over here. The pullback down and then up. And you know, you just live with it. These. I'm happy that I pointed out this uh, change of character entry for those that are not as conservative as me. and I'm hoping that somebody found benefit in it. Now we're getting ready. We're coming very close to these highs. I've seen it do this before, where it comes real close, and then it turns around for a pullback, just a pullback, a near-term pullback, and uh, maybe we get it at the flip. This also could work here. I like this one. This one could definitely work with that down candle, and then the push higher. All right, because it's at this same zone area. So uh, let me see. Let me get this right color here. I would like to get an entry on this before it takes those highs out. Because if it takes those highs, then I'm going to be. I'll probably start looking for short. I'll wait on my short setups. I was only trying to take the buy to the sell. So that's where I'm at. Now, listen, I got to go check the plumbing. I will be right back. Looks like we're going to take these highs. It's gonna take these the relative equal highs without me, and I'll just have to live with that. No big deal. But if it starts to give the buy the sell model up here, I will happily take it. I will happily take it because it'll be pro trend. All right, it'll be with the trend, and it's should be a high probability trade. But for those that took this one, my hat's off to you. Yeah. And there it goes. All right. Eunice. Hey, that's good stuff. What was that? Hold on. What was that? Was that the right one? Was that the right one? Hold on. Hold on. Yeah. Hold on. I think that was SPX. Oh, snap. Hold on a second. First of all, let's just make, let me just, let me check this. Okay. Prices in supply. Does that mean we want to be in this? No, I want to wait until. No, I want to make sure you understand this. I'm not in this trade. Okay, that was for earlier. Uh, um, this 914. I want to wait until the New York Stock Exchange opens before I enter SPX. All right. It was just alerting me that it was in this POI. This area has already been swept here. Right. Went sideways, gave us the head and shoulders and a nice displacing zone, right? Come up, we test, and we test the supply, which was great. All right, gave a nice trade here. But what I want you to acknowledge is that it didn't take the low. Why didn't it take that low? If it doesn't break and close below this low, then I'm worried about my highs. And I believe price will take that high when it doesn't take the low, especially after a displacing leg of structure. So I think there's a chance that it will go for the buy side liquidity, of and that would be up here, right? Leslie, I'm not sure. Are you in this? It was S&P. Thank you, T. Ah, um, so I want to make sure I'm clear with this. Sufiane, if that's the way you say it. Didi, it sounds a little easier. Didi, I would caution. Okay, all right, Leslie. I would caution you on jumping in before New York Stock Exchange open, because what happens is when the stock exchange opens, especially with indices, it'll do this. It'll go like that first. It'll wipe everybody with stop losses here and stop losses there. It'll take everybody out. It'll whiplash first, and then it'll go on its the intended direction. All right, it's going to seek liquidity at the open. Don't get caught up in that. All right, so I am worried that there is some good liquidity to come and get this sell side liquidity here. All right, good stuff. All right, but it didn't take that low once it mitigated this zone. So I'm definitely worried about that high. So if it comes down here again and doesn't take this low, doesn't take this low, all right, this may be uh, a setup for a long to come and take out the buy side liquidity. But I want to, I definitely got my worries on this high now because it actually took out this high. Why would it do that? Why would it take out the mitigation high unless it there's more orders to get, and then it comes down and sweeps all this sell side liquidity, and we can take a trade on that. But while it's in this area, this trading range, you're in the middle here taking the trade. So I want you to be very very careful about that. You don't want to be taking trades in the middle of any zones, any ranges. That could be disastrous. All right. Oh, look at that. All right. So looks like I'm looking at GU right now, and we have weakness going in the U.S. dollar index, and it's going deeper into the daily demand. All right, and the 4 hour demand first. You see how there is an area that it's heading towards that could find uh, demands support. You know, let me take a closer look at this. What is this? Let me see. Let's see what that looks like on a 4 hour. Okay, help me here. All right. Ooh, yeah, that's nasty. So, uh, I'll be looking for buys in GU and EU because this looks like um, the Dixie wants to be heavy today. It looks like it wants to be heavy, and we're coming down to the demand. We'll see how it reacts when it gets here, but we got some pips to go before it gets to that low. All right, once it takes that low, all bets are off. Everything's going to be uh, pretty bearish for pretty bullish for U.S. dollar pairs, uh, and until it gets down here. All right. Here's the deal. If we take a daily look, what are we running into? This we have demand here, right? But you got to understand this is a strong bull market, bull rally market, whatever you want to call it, right? And we are coming into this this demand area. All right. I'm looking at price pull up, uh, didn't make the new high. All right, and we can still pull back into this demand zone and then make the high. All right, so I mean we haven't disturbed. It could pull all the way back into this demand zone when we haven't disturbed anything with the uptrend. It's when we break this low that's when we start saying, "Oh, the Dixie has switched bearish." But this is a very strong uptrend, so I'm still overall bullish on the U.S. dollar index. I just want you to understand that. I only have a few minutes before I can go ahead and make this dash to check my plumbing. But I do want to take a quick peek. This is the euro. Yep, we took out those highs, and we are, man, there is no pullback. Our chance to get in here, our chance to have gotten in here with that aggressive entry was here. It gave no break of structure, return to impulse situation, which is what I look for. It gave the change of character on the lower time frames, and we had that one chance to get in, and I gave you guys the choice. I gave you guys the choice if you wanted to be a little bit more aggressive, but it didn't give a pullback. No pullback. I mean, that's pretty remarkable. So you know we don't live in regret. We didn't take a loss either. We don't live in regret. We just do the analysis and look for our opportunities. All right. So prices continuing higher, and if somebody is trailing their trade, if they're trailing their trade, they're still in this trade. Like my man Eunice, I'm hoping that you're trailing with your stop loss, because we're heading towards the extremes of this zone up here. All right, and we're already up in there, all up in it. All right, and this was a wonderful entry uh, if you got in early. This one this one gave a pullback. Oh, Eunice, all right. Listen, man, you get a fire emoji, bro. You get a fire emoji if I can find one. Let me see if I can find a fire emoji. I can never find these things on YouTube. Easy. You get a fire emoji. There you go. Uh, at Eunice. There you go. I got you. All right. That was a great trade. Now this GU, this one is kind of a heartbreaker. Why is it a heartbreaker? Because I know on my other account I had this one marked. Oh my gosh. If I can just get this thing right one time. I keep picking the wrong drawing tools. All right. So you see how close it came? that ain't right, man. That ain't right. All right. This was an unmitigated zone, and usually the first suspect, because you see the break of structure here. You see the break of structure. Boom, pull back, break of structure, return the impulse. It just missed by a pip or two, and we would have been hollering. On my other account would have given me an alert, some kind of bell notification, but it's okay. You know, price has taken out this high, and let's take a closer look. Mm. What I'd like to do on the next live stream is to come in. Eunice laughing at my fire emoji. What I'd like to do on the next live stream is to come in a little earlier so I can show you how to mark up and uh, how to establish the trading ranges and the internal shift of the market from bearish to bullish, where to look for your best setups. Uh, like the one I pointed out with Euro USD, uh, whether they're aggressive, I'll let you know if I think they're aggressive or not, or if they're high probability, all that good stuff. You know, that's what I would love to make sure to get done. All right. So what do we got here? All right. There is a flip here, right? Because price comes up, respects the zone, comes back up, and then we come into past the median threshold, right? And react. This is the pullback, and then we pull back into it, and this is the extreme of that pullback. Now, if you go into higher time frames, this is going to look a little more clearer, right? It comes down here. This is the extreme, and price forms a nice looking uh, demand zone that price has not traded back into. Once it once we get a break and a close above this supply, all right, then we can consider it broken. All right. And what I like to see is a break and close, a return, and then we can take this to the upside. But the deal is, I like to see some kind of daylight when the zone is broken. I want to see a candle body break and close above the high. A candle body break and close below the high, not a wick, because this can happen. It'll just pull back and it looks like the supply held. All right. I want to see not only a wick above, I want to see a close. So this one has actually 3 more hours on the 4 hour. But if price comes back here, this is going to be a high probability trade to the upside, in my opinion, especially if this high is still here. All right. And we can come, and price will look to mitigate this higher supply here. So I'm gonna keep my eye out for that, and I'm gonna put an alert here. Demand, all right, and POI, and I'm gonna give myself a note on that as well. Uh, look for buys. Look for buy model. Flip. Hey, I can't type. Don't laugh at me. All right, don't judge me. All right, so I'm going to see what we got here. Um, this is on GU. Hey, Samo, I didn't forget you, man. This is on GU. So we have an area that we can look for price to return to, but for in the I believe this will be a high probability trade. All right, but for the meantime, you can take a you can remember, screenshot it, do whatever you got to do. But I have it marked at this high here because this is where the imbalance uh, starts and or ends rather for a price to return to. So it'll start here, right? And I mark the whole candle, right? I love the fact that there is a inside candle here. So there was a sweep, and there was a sweep of that inside candle, and a sweep of the low and the high of it. Price come back, and I'm looking for this zone to hold. That's what I'm looking for. And if I can go down to the 15, all right, we can see we're we're eating through this. We have 15. This is a new candle. Yeah. So we have a break and close above that high already. So if price comes on back down here, all right, I'm looking for I'm going to move my alarm up just a little bit. All right. And I'm going to refine my 4 hour zone as well. I refine my 4 hour zone to reflect this sell off before the aggressive buying. Okay. Price could come down to here. That's fine. But I want to catch it because I've seen price just, come directly to the fair value area and then turn around. Okay. Okay. What do we got here? I set an alert on Aussie. We've reached a POI, and that ringing could drive somebody crazy. All right. So I believe we should be looking for a high probability sell here. All right. Doggone it. It's 9:31, and I didn't go check the plumbing yet. I have to go check the plumbing. So what I'm looking for here is our sell model, right? This is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that on the lower time frames. All right, it's going to be smaller than this. Okay, so don't look for it that size. If it comes out that size, that'd be great. But this is going to be a great trade, in my opinion, because the market, if we zoom out, we can see that the market is bearish. We went to a range. We finally broke up to the upside. Why? Because that's above the 50 equilibrium, and once we break into the upper half of this trading range from top to bottom, uh, we are in premium, and premium is where I want to start looking for sells. This this high here and the zone that it makes looks to be uh, a pretty good area to look for sells. Now, I'm wary of the fact that price could go higher than this, right, and come up and mitigate this unmitigated zone up here, which would still be the lower high location. Lower low, lower high, lower low. It could be the lower high to continue for the lower low. It could be here or here. All right. I'm going to look here first. This is the way it works. If we get the bearish price action there, then we're all good. You know, if price takes out that high, because this looks like inducement for this. You want to see an area where price can take liquidity going in and then target the sell side coming out. All right, is that clear? All right, I repeat things so that you can learn it. So because learning comes through repetition. Okay, so uh, we could see that this act as liquidity along with this. All right, so don't just jump into sells here. All right, look for your sell setups. You want to make sure you're confirming this entry. I would not recommend a change of character entry here. All right, you want to, because price could has the internal structure is bullish. All right, the order flow is bullish right now, so you don't want to take a a change of character entry to the downside. You want to see a confirmation entry first, all right, before you enter. So it confirms, let the market demonstrate that it is changing direction, that there is a shift in the market. So we're going to watch this area. We're going to watch it and see what we got. On the radar. Okay, guys, I'm going to just take a break and before I destroy my insides. Woo! Gosh darn! I'm really wishing that we could have got a pullback. Look at Dixie. Oh my gosh! And we're down at the 4 hour zone. We took that low. Uh, per the analysis, I want to see if this zone holds. I think there's a fair chance, a good chance for this zone to hold because it's inside. It's a daily zone. The bigger zone is a daily zone, and this is the 4 hour nested inside that zone. So I am looking for it to hold, and we can see the a strong possibility of a correction to this bearish impulse, and that would give us, as price is moving up, we can look for shorts on Euro USD, GU, GBP USD, and whatnot. We took this zone. All right, this zone is bigger now. It's actually here. We have a reaction here. All right, I like that reaction. What'd you say? News ahead of us. Okay. Uh, what is that? Aussie news? Because we checked the calendar. Now let me make sure I mark this. Okay. Now price could come all the way down here, and that'd be great. But I'm gonna clock it as soon as it comes into contact with this zone. All right. And we didn't get a break and close on the 4 hour just yet, but we don't. It's not necessary if we're on the lower time frames. We'll watch for the bullish price action here. We're not just going to jump into any trade anyway, right? All right. So I have a what do you call it? An alert to let us know we got the pullback. But what do we want to do? We want to take uh, uh, a high probability short consumer confidence. That's for who? USD. Is that that got to be a that's not a red letter item. Core CPE is a Friday. That's the red letter for US dollar. You must be looking at on Forex Factory. That's what you must be looking at. You're looking at Forex Factory units because on my Forex funds is this is for today. Oh, you're not. I This is for today, and I don't have any uh, US dollar stuff. Now, if I put this on medium, we have consumer confidence as a medium. See what I'm saying? But I cross reference it. I cross reference them. I stopped using Forex Factory about 4 years ago because it always throws me off. Some of the what they call red envelopes or medium envelopes. You don't see that on the other websites. Now I'm going to FX Factory right here, right? And Tuesday, for Tuesday, those aren't that's not a red letter thing. I mean, trade it as red. It's still news, but for me, I will tell you that I don't pay a lot of attention to anything other than interest rate decisions, CPI data, when it's talking about month to month and year to year, CPI data, GDP, and um, uh, NFP, of course. Uh, Outside of those are the kind of news that have the power to reverse markets. All right, for me, that's the most important. The rest of them, there are plenty of red letter envelopes that are going to be going for a bunch of countries and euro and stuff like that. There for the rest of the week. Uh, let me bring this up here. All right. It's going to be they'll be there for the rest of the week, right? But I'm not I don't prioritize them at all uh, because there won't be a whole lot of. I'm not expecting a whole lot of movement. All this Europe stuff. These are high impact items that they're listed, but for me, uh, these things aren't going to make a whole lot of a difference. When it comes to policy, that's where you see the difference. FOMC, uh, uh, um, uh, oh man, I'm missing the indices. FOMC, NFP, uh, GDP, CPI data, and interest rate decisions. All of those high impact, straight up, and you can get caught out there. Uh, NASA's dropping. Where do you see NASA dropping? I'm on the 4 hour. I'm sorry. Let's go to the 15. Well, seems quite bullish to me. Why are you saying NASA's dropping? Thank you, Steve Hazy. I appreciate that, man. I hope. Yeah, there's consumer confidence and all, but it's not. It won't have the. For me, it doesn't have the impact to reverse the market. So I'm not. I don't put a whole lot of emphasis on it. I'm looking for. I don't. I'm not a fundamental trader. Period. All right. But I am a technical analysis. I'm a technical trader. But I like to be aware of the fundamentals, especially if they have the power to reverse the market. I don't want to be in a buy and then all of a sudden it just turns into a sell. You know what I mean? The market turns into a bearish market, and I'm like, why? You know, I don't think we'll have that instance with news other than the ones I mentioned. So, so we are going for the buy side liquidity, and like I had mentioned with S&P earlier, if the low, if the lows are not taken, when price mitigated here and didn't break this low, I said I was worried about the high. What did price do? Come up and take those highs, and now we're heading towards buy side liquidity. Right? The relative equal highs up here. This is this is the edge that supply and demand with smart money concepts. This is the kind of edge you can get when it comes to analysis. You get directional. Uh, you get your market direction or the bias. Right now, listen, Sarah, I got you. Things look way more intense on the 1 minute for sure. All right, and I love to do my I love to get my entries on that 1 minute. And for those like maybe Steve Hazy or definitely Eunice, if you're on the 5 minute, the 1 minute, all of those red letter envelopes mean something, and you want to avoid being in a trade or manage your trade by squeezing up your stop loss when those news items are about to be announced. You don't want to be in a trade when those red letter news items announced when you're on the lower time frames. If you're dwelling on the lower time frames, all of those red letter uh, uh, news items, those are red envelope news items, are high impact. But for people who are trading on higher time frames, especially on the 4 hour and up, especially swing traders, those mean absolutely nothing. They're one candle's worth of worry. All right. When you get to the 15 minute, you just want to manage your trade with your stop loss or take profits. You know, when those news items happens. Now, look at what we got going on here on specs. Look at what we got going on specs. All right, price has already come up here. Let me mark this out on the 15. All right, price has already come up here. Took that high, and probably going to take this high. All right, uh, this was since 8:30, since 8:30 news, right? And one could say, uh, uh, why didn't we enter here? I prefer to avoid news, and like I mentioned earlier, I like to enter in on the New York Stock Exchange at after uh, the opening bell. So we've come up here, we've taken the liquidity up here. So what are we going to see now? What am I going to look for? All right. Uh, I'm looking for a buy or entry model, but I'm looking for it to set up. All right, and after a sweep of liquidity, I'm going to expect some kind of pullback. Do I expect uh, the bullishness to continue? That's a whole different matter. Now I want to check something. Let's check that those news items. And we can see if we got positive or negative news on. Let me see. Medium. Okay. Let me see here. All right. Boom. Let's see. Oh, that's 13 minutes. It's at 10 o'clock. Oh. So we got the 9 o'clock S&P, K Shriller home price and stuff. That was a medium news item. All right. We got had that speech earlier. All right. So yeah, we got 12 minutes to that news time, and uh, we're gonna see if we get the consensus 106.5. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Now, guys, it's 9:45. We're 15 minutes into the session, into the New York Stock Exchange, and this thing has just been a one way ticket thus far. Now, is it worth it to look for continuation buys? Is it worth it? Hey, what you got there? Just now. Yeah. Uh, oh, what is your name? Kalugari. Uh, Ka. I'm sorry, man. I don't want to butcher up. I'm sorry. I don't want to butcher up your name. But I see you. I see you at 3 p.m. Consumer confidence. Ah, you were talking to Steve. All right. All right. So this thing is taking off like a bullet. All right. Listen. Uh, I'm going to. I'm gonna. I'm gonna. I'm gonna give one good scan because I've been on this for a minute. US Euro USD is continuing higher. We haven't gotten a pullback. GBP USD, no pullback yet. One way traffic. It was a decent entry here, but I was at 810. But I was I missed the entry the notification to enter this just missed. I know it did because I didn't get an alert, but that's okay. That was that one kind of hurt my feelings. All right, that's all right, no problem. Um, so now, with these misses in mind, it brings me to Euro USD. You think it's going to parity? Trader X. I know. I mean, we are Euro USD is in a fix, man. You think it's going all the way to $1? It's in a fix. But just bear in mind that the market is bearish, and we are still in a bearish leg. When it takes that high, uh, my bias on this market and on this pair will change. But right now, uh, right now, price could come to the extreme of this demand zone. I mean, the supply zone, which would bring it here, right? And where we're making contact right now, and we could come. This could send price down here. This could send price down to this opposing demand zone, which would be cool, because then I'd be looking for. I'm going to be looking for a uh, a short entry, but I need my entry model. Let me remove this. I'm trying to remember why I still had it there. I'm looking for an entry model here. Uh, and remember what I was telling you about the U.S. dollar index. Look where we are. We're at this demand, and I'm looking for it to hold. If price gives the entry model for a buy, I mean, not I'm not going to buy uh, the Dixie, but I am looking for this impulse to be corrected. All right, and if it goes into correction, which I believe it's starting to, uh, if I believe if if it starts to correct at least to the 50, at least to 50%, this could prove this could have a very nice short. This could be a very nice short on Euro USD and GU. So as GU is hitting that supply, I mean EU is hitting that supply. I'll go down on a lower time frame and check it out. And we also have a rejection going on with GU, and I didn't mark out. If I can just get my life together over here. All right, let's see if we can get rid of that. Okay, let's see. All right, okay, and I one of these days I'm gonna learn how to do this interweb thing. All right, so I want to go down to the lower time frame. I want to go down to the 4 hour to check the zone. All right, so here we are with pound USD. We're coming up. We're in the extreme of the zone. All right, let me see what that looks like on the 2. All right, so here's the extreme. So we'll see. We'll see what it does here. Can I get this to act right? Thank you. All right. We'll see if we get a rejection here. All right. Can it go higher? Should it sweep that high? If it does, that's fine because we'll still be in supply because this supply is here. All right. High to the low. So we are at supply on all of the uh, you know along with US dollar. We are in supply on all of them. High time frame. While US dollar is in demand, the in responding to demand, we are in supply on the GU, EU, and likely AU as well. So I'm going back to the euro, and we are in this area of interest, and I'm looking to see if price will give us an entry. Um, I'm going to keep my eye on these highs and this high because price uh, gets drawn to unmitigated zones, so it may come up higher, and that would put us right at that would put us well. This high is at parity, so I want to see if we surpass it. I want to see if we surpass it. This is a critical area. Okay, so let me look at the GU. Right, we're in supply there. All right, let me look at Dixie, and we are in demand here, and it looks like we are about to take that demand out. This now, I want you to bear something in mind. Wednesday we have CAD interest rate decision. Thursday we have the European central bank with an interest rate decision. All right. Also on that day we have GDP and core PCE for U.S. dollar on Friday, along with the Bank of Japan interest rate on Friday. So some heavy news, and you want to look out for um, uh, uh, positioning by the banks, right? You want to look for positioning prior to these news items, because if we go to the Dixie now and we go to the come on, man, to the 4 hour, and we go to 4 hour, what you're going to see is uh, what you can look out for is price to kind of move in a way where they're picking up orders and they're getting sellers involved here, getting sellers involved, right? To build liquidity points. All right. And then come the news, when the news happens and those numbers come out where the US dollar ends up being strengthened, then all of these areas get swept for liquidity and we never break the upward trend in the market. If we get a daily break and close below that low, then things start to get really interesting. All right. Where you start to think, okay, well, this will be the next area, next key area of support. All right. But if you start seeing uh, uh, price start to lower, and you you know it's time to start going. Wait a minute now. Oh, you know what I mean? Right. But this is the what I would have called, definitely have called a where the high or low should be. But price did not break that high yet. That makes this low weak. All right. And do I expect it to hold because it didn't break that high? But we did break structure to the upside, and internal break of structure. You know, there's a chance for it to hold. There's a reasonable chance. 50-50, we're going to have to watch to see how the price action is once price reaches this low, once price reaches that demand zone. Okay. So I'm definitely going to watch this with a big interest. This could end up wicking up from this area, so I'm looking for that. All right, and if it does start wicking up, I'm going directly to the Euro USD and the G and GU, and we're going to see if we get that rounding over. All right, let me see what that looks like on Aussie as well. I didn't even take a look. Yeah, we're at supply, and this area looks primed. Again, this looks like inducement for liquidity for this the mitigation of this zone. So I am definitely looking uh, to see if these zones hold. Again, we're in premium. We're above this the 50% of this trading range. So looking for a sell setup is what is necessary here. If you want to take a shorter term trade, and take buys up to there, you can. They're not as high probability because price could turn around at any point because we're in premium price. All right, and this is a bearish market, so taking buys has some risk involved while you're in premium prices when you're above the 50%. So but I'm going to see if what price does when it gets up around here. We'll see if it takes this high or not. But this zone, uh, this is a supply zone, and let's get closer on that so we can everybody can see it. There's a supply zone here that I'm marking. All right, and we are in the extreme of it, the wick supply. All right, if we go down to the lower time frame, okay, we're going to see that we are in the extreme of the supply. What is this? Oh, it missed. All right, so we're in the extreme of the supply. That's cool. All right, and this one doesn't belong. All right, so I got that now. So we're in the middle of the zone. All right, we're at the wick end area of it. So I definitely want to see how price reacts here. This is on the Aussie US dollar. Aussie US dollar. All right. And I'm hoping that you guys found a benefit in this the analysis that I've been given. If you did, do hit the like button and uh, make sure you catch me. This is the first time I'm broadcasting. I'm streaming live for TradingView and YouTube for the during the session. I usually like to leave, come with my prepared analysis and just tell you these are the setups and then leave, after a 10-minute video. But I had the spirit moved me, and I wanted to see if I can get a live trade in. But we had the chance on EU, but it was just a straight shot, like pow. So I'm looking for that opportunity for this pullback, and we are in the areas that I'm looking for that opportunity to show up. Now we have already took the low of that supply, and we didn't even get a reaction to it. That's the thing that's killing me on this one. So this one, it doesn't even set up a flip area, which is just crazy. Let me see if we have another leg in here. Now this is a what I call a CP pattern. All right, which price is already traded into the proximal, the distal end of it. So I'm definitely looking in this area here to the low. This is the extreme of this zone. So if this doesn't hold, woo-wee, we should get the pullback. If price makes a beeline here, we should get the pullback started once it comes into contact with this zone. That I'm pretty confident of. And if I could just find, if I can just stay on track, there you go. That's what I was looking for. So I'm waiting for price to come down in here, and we just have to wait patiently. But this is where I'll look for. After a move like this, you have to expect some sideways action. All right. What I'm looking for is price to come down here and give me that break of structure to the upside and a pullback. Once we get that, I'm in like swimwear. Now, is there going to be a full reversal? I don't know about all of that, but we'll get enough to get at least a 5 to 10 hour trade from this POI if we enter in on the 5 minute, the 1 minute, 5 to 1 minute, 5, 3, 2, 1, whatever. Everybody understand that? All right. I want to make sure you see this crystal clear because I think this is going to be our best chance for a lovely trade to the upside. All right. We are still early. This could be a lovely OTE, I think, and we'll see that optimal trade entry. All right, we'll see. We'll see. This is the Dixie now, so if price turns around here, all right, we're going to be looking for the shorts on Euro USD. All right, as it enters the area of interest here, the supply zone there, right? And I would only be taking it from this supply to this demand. All right, that's where I would TP at least take my first partial. Okay, may go further. All right, this is the area I want to look for a short and hold it because we have uh, uh, the trend to our backs. All right, if price gives us a break of structure, if price gives us the break of structure here, right, and pulls back up, this will be a lovely confirmation entry as well. But I will look for the more aggressive trade entry here because we have the wind to our back. All right, and I'll look for the. This is 1 hour time frame that I'm looking at, so this is be the best place to look for that short, and I believe that we'll see it. We'll see it. If you get a change of character on the 15 minute, that is a great time to. As soon as you see price give that that break of market structure to the downside, all right, it may do this, right? As soon as it breaks, and as soon as it breaks that high, and breaks this low, and comes back and respects that high. This is the entry. This is the time you. As soon as it does this, that's the time you want to go down to your 1 minute time frame or whatever, and then look for the entry here. You understand? That's my sauce. That's my sauce. All right. That's my secret sauce. That's my entry. All right. If you missed it, too bad. All right. So same deal on Aussie USD. All right. Aussie is already given that rejection here. This is kind of already done the work for that side, right? And we come back here. This here, I believe, is probably. Oh my gosh! How did that happen? How did I end up back here? Oh man, I can't even fix it. What the heck, man? Yeah, I can't even fix that. I don't know what I just did. Okay, so you see this. We go to Aussie dollar. I'm looking for the short here. All right, prices giving that good reaction here. Yes, and was there a sweep? Yeah, there was some liquidity to sweep there as well. So I'm watching this pullback action. I'm going to go down to the Aussie, one of my faves to take a trade on. Now you can see easily that it's breaking two short-term lows. Easy, right? Come on, man. What is that? All right. We got a change of character there. This is on a 1 minute now. But we also have this thing is moving. All right. Uh, we also have a 1 minute break of structure as well. All right. All right. So a pullback is in order. I would like to see a nice pullback, and I will take a short. I will be happy to take a short. Where would I take this short from? I'm going to mark this whole area. I'm going to mark this whole area. It may come up to here where the inside candle is, and that will be fine. But I will be happy to take this short. That's my setup. If y'all are paying attention, uh, let me know if you're with me or not. If you're still here, but I think this is a good area to look for the short. I'm going to peek in on my Dixie. Matter of fact, this thing might just rush up here and then pull back. I don't want to miss this, so I'm going to put an alert here because sometimes I get distracted. All right, let me see. T, I got you, T. Leslie, you're a trooper. Leslie is a trooper. Leslie, did you enter anything in the indices yet? You didn't see the YT entry model, ICT's YT entry model? Huh? I don't want to miss this. I don't want to miss it. But it only works if the Dixie is uh I scalped a buy. What did I tell you about scalping? I took 190 pips on NAS. Woo-wee. Did you take that entry for Leslie? Not you, Leslie, but Sarah. Did you take that entry for the no, 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 that was a different thing. All right, look, Dixie is turning up. Dixie is turning up in prior to the zone. weekly bottom, the weekly bottom. Is that what you mean? This thing could give, let me see. All right. All right. We don't have, I want to see what it does when it gets here. If it breaks that and it comes back, that'd be great. A double bottom. Oh, you said a W bottom. I see. I got you what you meant. All right. Oh, okay. I got you. Uh, yeah. Um, Dixie is down here, but this area, I'm gonna I'm gonna see what we're looking at over there on the left. This area, I didn't see a, a, a definitive. Oh yeah, that was that CP pattern that I had pointed out earlier. Let me see what that looks like on the 15. Remember, I said I was looking for demand and everything. I said, this looks like a CP pattern. But price is turning around at the CP pattern. Is this legitimate demand? I would have to say, yeah, it is a legitimate demand, no doubt about it. But is it the demand that would hold? Because this is why I don't get too happy too quick. This is an inefficient price movement, a pullback, and then up. This is what I would classify as inducement. And I'm looking for this low to go. Now, we already had price trade into this already. And and it held, but now we're being tested uh, past the midpoint of it, right? So I'm definitely saying that we can see some bullish price action from here as a reaction, but will it reverse? That's the question. Are people being induced into taking early trades so that price could come back and sweep them? I want to be very careful with that because I've been on that side. I've been on the losing side of those trades too many times because I didn't know what inducement was. I had no clue what it was. Uh, Demand. Thank you. Why is this not changing colors? I have this as demand. Why is it not changing colors? Oh boy. That, I'm using up too many resources. That's what it is. I got too many things going on. Okay. So we have a bullish reaction to this right now. All right. Got a bullish reaction to it right now. I don't want to get too happy about it. Let me see what we got. We have a bearish reaction. All right. Do I want to get happy about it? I want to see my entry model. That's all I want to see. All right. And we have the building blocks for it. This is your euro. You can take this trade on the euro. It may because we've already hit areas that on the 1 minute. Let me go to the 5 minute so we can get some actual show enough, show enough. All right. Price is reacting to this demand. I would like to see one of the rules of thumb is I want to see demand fail before I can take sells. All right. I would love to see this demand get broken through and price come back up so I can take that sweet trade to the downside. All right. I don't like to take sells into a demand zone. Now, this one was mitigated. Cool. All right. But it wasn't eliminated. And that understandably gives me pause. Now, we can take sweep that high and then come back and get it. And this will set up the high probability confirmation entry. Everybody get that? I hope so. Leslie, did I explain that well? Let me know if I did. I want to check Aussie because Aussie is a smooth operator. Aussie is a smooth operator. See, it did come down and touch this demand zone. Thank you, Leslie. Uh, did come down and touch this demand zone. Do I think this demand zone has a whole lot of oomph to it? No, not really. All right, that looks like a minor zone. So I definitely see this inefficient price movement here, and that is attracting my eye big time. And the fact that on the 2 minute we did have a break structure, we did have a change of character on the lower time frames, uh, uh, but we're dancing right now. We're dancing right now. I want to see what price does from here. Uh, uh, and I really, really, really did I tell you guys I wanted to check the plumbing? I think I think the plumbing needs to be checked before I need to be checked. All right, so we did break this. This is a 1 minute, right? This is on the Dixie. We did break this high. All right, and we do have an interesting looking decisional demand zone here. I like that. Guys, are you getting some value? You still haven't done it. Still haven't done what? Yeah. Hey, listen, T, stop laughing at me, man. Don't you dare judge me. I'm trying to handle my business here, man. I'm trying to handle important business here. Okay? Be laughing at me needing to go to the bathroom. Okay. So yeah, I'm dying. That's all right. I'm dying. And you over there laughing. You laughing at me dying. Okay. So what I wanted to let's keep this professional, shall we? Let's keep this professional. All right. So what I'm looking for is price to take that low and come and mitigate this zone. All right. Is this the zone that I think holds price? It's a decisional demand zone. It's decisional. It's the one that is not the actual source, the origin, but it's on the way, and it could provide an area that price may find a home. It's imbalanced, is one of the reasons why I like it. And if price does come back and finds its footing here, this could be the signal to take. Uh, Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, do I have your permission and authorization? We could find the this as an indication to take our shorts on the with the majors. All right, and out of the majors that are set up, I like Aussie because it tends to give clean moves. Look at that inefficient price movement. If it comes up and rebalances uh, that imbalance, you see the clear break of this microstructure here, and there was a change of character here. I would love to look at this entry. I would love to look at this entry. Stop loss over the what do you call it? The order block in which you enter, right? Let me see. Yeah, yeah. So let me make sure this entry is right. What number is it? All right, here. So I am definitely looking at what is that low? 3939. So this should be 39. Mm-hmm. 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 All right. I got it just before. So 3938. All right. And what do I want for Christmas? All I want is that's that's got to travel a bit. I don't want it that far. So I'm looking for an area. I'm looking for when I set my TPs, I want to be within structure, right? I want to be within structure. I don't want to assume that this low is going to be the target. So this, we have an impulse breaking this high. We have an eyeballs here, an internal break of structure to the downside. But what is it doing? It made a higher low, right? Makes a higher low here. But is it a higher low if it doesn't go higher than that? No, no, it's not. It did make a new high. So this becomes vulnerable. All of this becomes sell side liquidity. So for me, uh, looking to take price to this extreme is well within my range, and because I think there's potential for price to come down here. All right, this is the high. This is this low led to this high, so it becomes a strong internal high. No one is interrupting him. Wow, live trade is amazing. Why you say live trading is amazing? You're so crazy. Y'all crazy, Trader X and Eunice. uh, but uh, I want to be cognizant. I want to be cognizant. You like that $5 word, cognizant? I want to be mindful, man, that price is active right now, and I want to be cognizant that where the points where price could reverse. So I explained that this is a strong low. Why? Because it broke structure to the upside and made a new high, right? And uh, so you got to expect price to hold if price comes back and checks this low. And did it come back? Came back to the demand form from that low. So I'm looking for price to hold once it comes back in this zone. All right. Now, this low didn't break that high. So it's vulnerable until it comes back down here. All right. And there's a lot of sell side liquidity to come and get. So this has some potential. And that's what I judge the TPs on. How much potential does it have? You know, when I set my TPs, I want to be well within that potential, not below it, but within it. And I'm looking for areas where price could reverse on me. All right. I'm keeping in mind. I'm keeping in mind what the news is as well. Right. I want that news. Uh, Good value. Thank you, RT. Hey, Steve Hazy, man. I appreciate that, man. Steve, Steve is a good guy. All right. But my guy Schleplick, he donated. He donated. I mean, he hit me up for 100 coins on TradingView. That's awesome stuff, man. I'm still tickled about that. Thank you very much. Um, Eunice, we got a one man show going on right here, man. This is what I wanted to do. This is what I've been building towards. All right, from the conference room to here, right? This is what I've been wanting to do. Hey, Steve. Sarah says, "Hey." Okay. Trader mom. All right. So we're waiting for this pullback. This would be a very nice entry. This would be a very nice entry. Trader X, man, I love it live, man. I love it live, bro. All right. It looks like we may get our entry, and that'll be awesome. That'll be awesome sauce. All right. If it comes, and I'll be mindful. Be mindful that price may take this high out. We have to keep in mind. We have to keep in mind that the Dixie is doing its thing, right? And I need Dixie to turn bearish and turn around here and then go up. All right. I need that. I need Dixie to cooperate. All right. What's up, Brandon? You want to do Somebody wants to take a look on the indices. Big, big trader over there. Big bonus. Leslie Loot, the looter. Leslie Looter. Leslie Money over there. We want to see what happens here because this is going to be a nice trade, I think. Uh, but this, we'll see if price decides to take out this decisional, to bounce off of the decisional, or come down to the head down here. I want to I want to make sure those things are righteous. I'm going to take a look at because there is this zone here. All right, and that's right below here. So I'm gonna be very careful. I'm gonna be very careful with my expectations here. All right. Now, what I would suggest is not a pending order. All right. But if you feel safe with pending orders, that's fine. You can leave your pending order there. All right. I like some of us like to see a reaction. All right. I want to see some bearish reaction, and you catch a candle being rejected from this area, and then you get your warm and fuzzies. You know what I mean? In this situation, I think a pending order is well within reason because we had, again, I pointed out that we had a change of character up here. All right. We had a change of character already up here. Let me move this temporarily. All right. All right. We had a change of character up here. That's what the red line is, with price forming a floor, if you will, pushing up, and then coming back and taking that floor out. What are we waiting for? The pullback. All right. The return to impulse. All right. But price didn't do that. Price came down and took out this floor. All right. Created a floor here. Then created the second floor. Took out that one floor, took out this second floor. This is two short-term lows, right? That price actually broke and closed below, all right? And price dithering, and we're waiting for the return. This is going to be a risk entry, the kind of entry you just wait for a tap and a go. I don't think price is going to do a whole lot of dithering up here. The reason, one of the things I'm basing this trade on is, hello, one of the things I'm basing the trade on is the fact that the Dixie is working in coordinating. All right, we coordinating. All right, and the fact is that the Dixie, the U.S. dollar index had a very big impulse. I'm looking for that impulse to be corrected at least 50%. Right, and this could be the start of the impulse correction. All right. So, if you understand what I'm looking at, if I explain to you what my analysis is and the dynamics taking place, maybe that'll. I'm reading the comment. My man, what is his name? Inspector Crusoe says, "Show me the crypto and how you would trade that snooze fest." I listen, man. I do have some ideas on crypto, on the particularly Bitcoin and Ethereum. And if I can get to it, if I get to it, I will go over it with you. A test one of your trade ideas and worked wonderful. You tested one of my trade ideas and it worked wonderful, and you got $123 in a demo account. All right, that's what I'm talking about, man. Eduardo, Edward. All right, but I called you Eduardo. Uh, very good, man. Welcome aboard. That's all I'm saying. Inspector Crusoe, and Steve Hazy said, "Hey, Sarah, back to you." Okay, and I'm glad you getting some good value, Steve. Hit the like button, people. If you like what I'm putting down, we're coming very close. We're coming very close. Guess what? Guess what? I'm gonna take this time, and we're gonna see. I'm gonna put it on Aussie USD. I know some of you would prefer to be on Euro USD. There is a setup. the same similar setup on Euro USD, but we're getting ready to come to that time. I love to get my ringy dings, my bell rings. All right, and I love to get tapping. A tap. I love to see a tap in here. I I'm at critical mass right now. I'm at a DEFCON 3 as far as needing to tend to personal items. Uh, but Euro USD, this leg isn't as clean as the Aussie dollar. So I do like the Aussie dollar a little better. There's a decisional uh, 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 supply zone there and another one here. I don't like this one because it's right at the line. So I would wait. There's a clear uh, uh, change of character there, and a short-term low being broken here. It's very similar to the Aussie. So if you want to wait until price pulls up, and you can take your short as price pulls up into this range of supply. All right, and with the GBP, similar situation. We have a break here. All right, price has a ooh. I want you to be careful with GU. All right, because here is the zone, and price could very well come all the way up here. All right, so I don't want you to get thrown off by anything. This is throwing me off right now, and I want to get rid of it. All right, so you already know you're in the zone. All right, this in supply. All right, and we have a what happened to the change of character? All right, so we got to change of character, and we also have internal break of structure here. Okay, so just be careful with this one. All right, because this one could get you it could get you a nice entry, but can throw you off. Now, if price takes their high out, it's going up for um, a higher mitigation. So just be cognizant of it. All right, be mindful. All right, I'm a big bear on euro. Hey, I'm with you, Noah. I'm with you, Noah. Okay. Uh, it's if we get this, we get the euro short here. This is one I believe you should hold, and I'll go over it as soon as I get back from taking care of uh, a business matter. I have a date with Destiny. So, all right. So I'm going to leave this on the screen, and I'm hoping things will go right. And I will be right back. Be right back. Be careful with any entries that you take. All right. Give me a couple of minutes, and I will be back as soon as I can. Everybody with me? Everybody good? All right, and Inspector Crusoe, I will take a look at. We get an entry, and it starts to pull away towards our TPs. I'll take a peek at crypto as well. Okay, so at particularly Bitcoin. All right, thank you very much, thank you very much. Uh, I don't know why that's still showing. Why is that still showing? I don't understand that. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about it. All right, so yeah, let me go handle this business. See, Leslie, you think you're funny, right? You think you're funny, right? You think you're funny, Leslie. You ain't funny. You are not funny. Trader X, man. I tell you what, I got a crazy team, bro. I got a crazy team. I'll be back. right. Mm, drinking water. Okay. Um. So while this is cooking, speaking of cooking, Leslie, you already know I missed my breakfast today. All I had was coffee, and it is 10:39. If you guys don't know, this is there's something called the 10:30 turnaround. All right, it's a phenomenon. It's a phenomena. Leslie, you know you better go ahead and eat now. Stop messing around. Uh, I want to make sure that hey, wait a minute. You know what? I didn't check because I got a pop out going, right. Um, I got a pop out on the chat going, so I don't see. Uh, let me see. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see something. Yeah, I can see it. All right, we got one, two, three, four, five, five people participate. How many people we got watching? Can anybody tell me how many people we got watching right now? AU aligns so perfect with your trading model, sir. I think so too. 14. 14 is a good number. 14 is a good number. All right. Welcome all of you 14s. All right. Do we have an equal number of likes as well? Thank you, Leslie and T. Very nice. 15. All right. All right. Excelente. 21 likes. Very nice. Okay. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that. Um, Trader X, I think so too, man. I agree with you. I think thank you, Sarah. Uh I think this does line up with pretty well with the trading model, the entry model for sure. Uh, we'll see if Dixie plays along. Let's go. Hey, Prize, good to see you. Good to see you. Prashant. Am I pronouncing it correctly, Prashant? Let me know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, man. I don't want to butcher nobody's name. You know. All right. Excelente. Thank you, Prashant. All right. So while this is still cooking, I know some of you guys are going to be keeping an eye on those things. Uh, GU is not traded into the imbalance here, and that some people have taken this short already. That's the purpose of this structure here. Inducement. So I'm looking for price to come up and pop. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. So now price is moving up into um, the imbalance, and we want to make sure the Dixie isn't doing something crazy. Now we are at the demand zone, right? This is the area I was looking at first. All right, is it the strongest of the demand zones in the world? Nah, but it is a demand zone, and uh, you know, it, price could very well start correcting from here. There's a decisional as opposed to the original. Ha ha! You like the way that rhymes? Okay, so what I'm looking for is you see how price pushed down, pulls up to this high, and then we have the uh, uh, the momentum down and then up. The buy up. So I'm looking at that high. I'm definitely looking at that high. That's why I have this demand zone starting here. All right. Everybody marks their demand zones and supply zones a little different, but I've seen it. I've seen price come into these areas. Watch the end of where. Watch this. The point. I've seen price come into these areas and stop and turn right at these highs too many times. I'm waiting down here at the refined zone. All right, and I get missed. Price turns up and it goes away, and I'm sitting here going, but I had a demand zone right here. Instead of recognizing what is price doing here between this wick and this wick. You know, if price doesn't turn around here and comes in deeper, well, you've been clocking it since it got into the zone, into the range of this demand zone. And that's what you want to do. All right. And you're prepared to for an entry if it turns around. If it turns around here, comes down to the middle, then you start seeing bullish price action. Hey, all good, no problem. All right. This is a good zone, but this may be inducement for what is down here. That's why I have them both marked. So I want you to understand what my logic is. Not everybody shares the same logic. So I got that one highlighted as well, along with the one that it's currently in. So we'll see what it wants to do. Right? As long as one of them turns around, we'll be all right on AU, GU, and EU, depending whichever one you guys prefer. 8 online. Hey, Inspector Crusoe, I thank you for that. Thank you, kind sir. You are a trooper. Hmm. How come I can't? I put an at on there. Yeah, there you go. All right. So looked like it wanted to go up. So and then it smashed down. The sellers are still in the house. We'll see how the candle closes. You don't want to jump to conclusions on no open candle, right? And I wanted to take a look at those indices for Leslie. Over here, dehydrating myself, trying to get hydrated again. Okay. Uh, this is the Dixie. I need you to hold. I didn't get a ringy ding ding yet. How come I didn't hear a ringy ding ding on AU? What's up with that? Okay. All right. You should be uh active. Just hoping the zone holds while the Dixie makes up its mind. Now, what I want you to understand something is most of you in this room uh, are experienced traders. All right, some of you are in the chat with me and all. Some of you are newer traders, just a few of you. But for the newer traders, losses are just as possible as wins, right? We could take a loss on this trade, and I will not be phased one bit. One of the reasons being is because I have a statistical edge with my strategy. The strategy is born of data, all right? It's data driven, meaning the strategy has been back tested and forward tested in demo, all right, and back testing software. So I know how this strategy works. All right, my statistical edge is also uh, 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 part of that. Statistical edge is my trading, uh, my risk management. Excuse me, my risk management. I risk 0.25% of my account size per trade. All right. So with 0.25 as my risk, all right, just 0.25, I can lose two, three, four trades in a row, four times losses, right? And that'll put me at minus 1%. Everybody with me so far? Put me at minus 1% for the day. But as soon as I take my fifth trade, trade number five, all of those losses are done. Why? Because I trade 1 to 5. I look for 1 to 5 each trade. 1 to 5 risk to reward. Right now, look, right now, this one is at eight, what do you call it? An 8R trade. 1 to 8 is what this trade is. All right. Don't pay attention to the final TP. Pay attention to the fact that I want at least 1 to 5 out of every trade. All right. At 1 to 5, I can lose 4 times in a row. On the fifth one, because I'm trading 1 to 5 and 0.25. Come on, man. Why would you do that? This thing is got me skedaddled and rattled. All right. Why won't you go all the way to the side there? All right. All right. Point 20, point one, at minus 1% is for 4 losses, 4 L's. If I get one trade to win at 1 to 5 risk to reward, that means I just made 1.25%, which puts me, which the one cancels out that all those losses and puts me up 0.25% on my account. That's a statistical edge. That's a statistical edge. So I can afford 4 losses, no problem. The fifth one will put me back in profit. I don't have to worry about that anymore. No more losses for the rest of the day, right? So, uh, if you're not uh, finding out what your statistical edge is with your trading strategy, you're going to be worried on each trade. If you're just winging it, you can be worried, and you're adding emotion into your trading. You don't want to be emotional while you're trading. Oh, I'm seeing the big numbers going in the opposite direction. Oh my God. Oh. You don't want to be doing that. All right. So, uh, when I take this trade, I say, I'm already prepared for the loss. I'm already prepared mentally for the loss. I'm already prepared for the win. You want to be like this when it comes to wins and losses. Not too high, not too low. You want to be even keeled because what you want to celebrate is your trading plan. Did I stick to my trading plan? Did I stick to my rules? All right. Whether I took the trade and it lost or not, does it did I stick to my trading plan and my rules? That's what I celebrate. If I get lucky on a trade that wasn't according to my rules, I'm not as happy because now I'm trading outside of my rules, something that I went through testing for. And now I'm getting closer to gambling because I'm just winging it. Ooh, this trade, this entry looks good. I can take an impulsive entry here to the upside, and I know it's going to win. Well, you can trade that way, but that's the way a hobbyist trades. Somebody who's doing this as a hobby. Professionals don't do that. Professionals take calculated risk because professionals see themselves as not traders, but risk managers. Risk managers. Now, that is the ideal that I work towards and strive towards. I want to be a professional. That's what I strive towards. And I want to have a professional approach to this trading thing because uh, uh, it requires it. So this is creeping up, and we're in drawdown. Not enjoying. Nobody enjoys drawdown, but it's not good to get too low about it. You understand? How do you back test, sir? You can use Trading View Replay. All right, there's a replay button up here. All right, use Trading View Replay and use that. But there's software that you can use for back testing. We are in the extreme of this zone, and I'm hoping that it holds. It's doing a dance. So we'll see. We'll see what we got. Just got to be patient with it. That's it. All right. Uh, this one is still holding here, and I'm looking for price to make a decision. It is probably going to come down here, and my stop loss. If you were smart, your stop loss is above your. I do believe I said that your stop loss needs to be above the order block in which you enter. That's the rule, and I want to make sure mine's is. It's just above it. All right. A lot of times when I'm thinking about my stop loss, I always think if price gets past that high, do I still want to be involved in the trade? You know, I want to give it room to breathe. I want sometimes what price will do is just come up and wick that high and then come down. But if it does that, I'll just take the loss. I don't care. You know, I'll just take the loss. I'm just looking for this high to hold, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. But there's good reason to think that price will want to sweep that high and then come down, right? But that's not a risk entry anymore. I was looking for the risk entry here, and we didn't get that downside action. So now I'm looking to see if this the high is protected or not. And if it's not, I'll reassess once my stop loss gets hit, you know, and that'll be the end of it. I'll reassess whether I want to get back involved. I'm still looking. I want to get back involved. I'm telling you right now, my before a stop loss gets hit, I'm already trying to plan if this then that. You understand? So let me see. Plus hit. All right. And if the stop loss gets hit, I'm already trying to think about what's my next move. What should I be doing? I know that price could penetrate deeper into the zone and then bounce bounce away. So I'm already in thinking about Aussie dollar. We have a new H1 candle opening in 1 minute, sir. Oh, good. Okay. All right. I'll take a look at it. I'm already thinking that uh, uh, if price comes down here and this zone, the lower zone holds, I'm already thinking about the re-entry with Aussie dollar. Okay. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if price, uh, you know, propels out of here. You know, and that's what I'm looking for. All right. So you said a new H1 candle. All right. What is this up here? Oh, that's that. We already know the direction, so we don't need that anymore. Okay. So we got do it. Doggone it, man. We'll see how this candle forms. Uh, what I would like to see is this form bearish. The but because what happens is if it forms bearish and then it would flip to bullish. If that's what happens while it's starting to in the first minute or so of the formation of the candle. If I see a wick forming on the top where it flips, where it starts to pull away and it reveals that wick, then I'm thinking that price could go for a deep, a bearish candle and penetrate deeper. So we'll see. We'll see how this ends up because we got a wick now on top, and I would have loved to have seen that the other way with the wick on the bottom, and it would make me think that price is going to pull up. So we'll see. I'm definitely looking for this to hold. Do we see a change of character anywhere? Uh, well, eh, not so much. But we have a inside candle here, and I'm hoping that price does exactly what it's doing now and pushes up from here. That's what I want for Christmas. Is there a Santa Claus in the house? I want this this area to hold. Gave me a wick on top. Not a good sign. I'm looking for this area to hold, man. Because if it comes down lower, it's going to hit my stop loss on the Aussie. Then I have to reassess. We have a bearish magic trend line. This trend line is a liquidity line, man. That's a liquidity line. And I'm looking for price to sweep all of this buy side liquidity. That's the way I use trend lines. There are retail traders, regular retail traders, traditional retail traders that took shorts on that line and left their stop losses above here. And I believe price will come and get all of that. So I need this candle to close in the fashion it's moving in. We get a bearish close. I mean a bullish close. It would be great, but if it smashes down like that one, the sellers are too strong in this area. So I'm looking for price to penetrate these highs. I need a break and close above. Now, for those that are in Aussie, I should mention, as we see this candle starting to collapse under buying selling pressure, right? So-called selling pressure, anyway. Um, I should tell you that you have a chance to get out at break even here. All right. I used to eject on trades, and say, well, it's going almost more than halfway to my stop loss. So the probability of price hitting that stop loss is greater than price going into profit for the same distance, right? That used to be my thinking. And if price comes back to my entry, I want to get out at break even. You have that. I want to let you be aware that you have that option. All right. Here's the other side of it, though. The other side is trust your analysis. Trust your analysis, not mine. Trust your analysis. Only take trades if you agree with the analysis yourself, if you see the sense in it. Mansur, Man, Mansur, Mansur, is it? Mansur. Uh, we'll see if price will continue down. All right, I'm glad we got a rejection from there. Price came back up and then rejected again. So I'm pretty encouraged with that. MDR, yo yo yo, that's my guy. What's going on? I'm good to see you. Now, we'll see if price will again reject from the area, because there is a demand zone here. Is it the strongest of them all? No, but it could be enough to lead to a sweep of the high. So we'll see. This is a slow cooker, huh? This is a slow cooker. Uh, but listen, guys, I'm going to have to while this trade's going. Uh, I need to go. I need to go. Thank you, MDR, and I'm hoping that you guys got um, some value out of this. All right, smash the like button before you leave the stream. I want to thank you all for attending. I'll try and do this tomorrow morning, and I'll have some ready-made. I'll be a little bit more prepared. I'll have some ready-made setups already when I step into the zone. Okay, and again, thank you for participating. Thank you for your comments. And hey, Frank, shouting you out too, brother. Uh, thank you for the comments and everything, man. And I will see you in the next live stream. If I can get out of here. I don't know how to get out. How do I end this live stream? Oh, snap. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Hopefully this trade wins, and you'll have something nice to report the next time you show up. Okay. If I can just find out how to get out of this, that'd be great. All right. Thank you again, guys.